Every single one of us has a deep, raw, layered story. The story that truly makes us who we are. It's the story that gives us our core values. And it's the reason why you're all here today. We have to stay connected to those stories so we can better serve our community.
And I had 2 adopted siblings. But you see, I thought everybody had adopted brothers and sisters. I thought that was the norm. I didn't know any better. And my brother, part of his nagging was constantly telling me how he was so special and he was picked out special. And my parents just got stuck with me.
There's paperwork and interviews, inspections, trainings, more paperwork, lots of paperwork. But eventually, in June of 2020, we got the call we'd been waiting for. You've been approved! We'll drop her off at your house on Wednesday. In the midst of COVID, everyone else was afraid to live their lives. We were being given a chance to add to our family. About a month into her placement, my husband got sick, and we thought it was COVID because that's what the world had. But a week later, when he was admitted to the hospital, we found out he'd had a heart attack and that he was going to need surgery. And I was devastated. And I remember looking at him and saying, do you want me to call Children's Home Society and just say, we can't do this right now? And he took my hand and he looked me in the eye and he said, no, she is a part of our family and we are going to be here for as long as she needs us. 2 days later, he died. This was not my plan for my future. Nobody plans for this.
15 foster homes in, I finally found what I thought would be my forever home. But it fell through. And Deborah started fighting for me. Seeing her love for me changed my life. She went from being my therapist to being someone I wanted a lifelong bond with. Days before turning 17, Deborah won her battle for me. Even though my mom and I didn't find each other until I was a teen, she's given me the love of a lifetime.
Things have happened in these kids' lives that in some ways make them more experienced than us when it comes to living in the real world. But as we found out that much like with our own kids, their experience, their baggage, if you will, becomes a part of our family's identity and a part of our family's story. As we've gotten older and wiser, we now understand the truth. Facebook profiles are not reality. Every family has baggage. But what we found is that if you lean in, if you embrace the baggage, if you help carry those bags, then there's always new things to learn, new ways to grow, and new chapters to add to your own story.
There is power we all have to remove barriers for others. And 30 years later, I see how removing barriers for one person has the potential to impact an entire generation.
I'm not an isolated little girl anymore. I'm a brave woman, a nurturing mom, and a strong leader. And I don't have to wander around aimlessly anymore, looking for hope. I know where I'm going. I'm leading the way for kids like me. a voice to amplify the voiceless. One adult can change the trajectory of a child's life. The question is, who will you fight for?